What's up, guys? It's Nick Sterling here, and welcome back to the Way Ministries. Okay, this is kind of a unorthodox video for this channel. Well, I say unorthodox, but if you go way down at the beginning of the channel, you see some unorthodox videos for real, for real. I couldn't do Sunday morning. For me, it's yesterday. For you, it's 2 days ago. Uh, couldn't really get it to work that well, so I'm going to prepare more for next Sunday. 10 a.m. live, of course, here on YouTube. Uh, so don't forget and put it in your calendars and share the information with everyone, please and thank you. It'll be my first ever service that I've ever taught on this channel, and first one that I've taught in a long time. Uh, I used to do it in church every once in a while and at school, but it's been quite a while. So just remember Sunday, 10 a.m. Live here, and I'm sorry for last Sunday. Enjoy. Okay.
Alright, so this is to get to know you a little bit better.
Me?
Yes, you.
Oh,
You in general.
okay.
And a little bit about us.
Touche.
Alright. So I'm going to ask you 30 questions.
That's a lot, but yeah.
Okay. First question. Are you prepared to answer these openly and honestly?
Yeah. Best
Did
I
I-
can.
Did I just make you nervous?
A little bit.
When you were little, what did you want to be when you grew up?
I wanted to be a Major League Baseball player.
Who is your hero?
Was?
Who is?
Is? Pastor Stephen Furtick. I look up to him a lot.
What is something you've learned as an adolescent that stuck with you so far?
Is that like teenage?
10 to 19.
10 to 19? What did I learn? Is that again?
That stuck with you so far.
Oh. Hard work is a virtue, for sure. And I did learn and am continuing to learn that having some savings as far as finances go can save you. Continuously learning that over and over again.
Okay. Question number 6. What is your biggest fear?
Ooh, that's difficult. Ooh, cause like, as far as conventional fears goes, I hate spiders and I hate heights.
Well, that's typical, but what?
Right. As far as existential crisis type deal goes, it's losing all my friends again. And like not being able to do stuff with them again. If I'm honest, if we're gonna get real deep, I'm really afraid of dying. And sometimes when I think about the fact that I'm inevitably going to be dead one day, I get this deep pain and just fear.
That is very
As a Christian, that is very I don't. It's conflicting because I'm not supposed to be afraid.
Okay. Question number 7. What is something your parents did that you would do differently?
As far as raising me, or as far as just in their life in general?
I guess
In their life.
raising you and your time of knowing them.
Okay, well, I would say plan things out before I go into things, but I've already went into a lot of things without planning first, so That's why I plan so much now. Or at least try to. I have so much on my mind all the time. I wouldn't settle. Well, I wouldn't say they've settled. I don't know. I don't think I have anything.
What about in raising you?
In raising me, I definitely would have gone to church way more. Taking my kids to church way more. They did every once in a while. They did when I was a baby, and I went, every once in a while with my cousins and stuff like that. But yeah, definitely would have went to church more often.
List 2 pet peeves.
Loose hair. I don't know for you that's like, but like, I'm talking about like, in the shower, if there's some on the thing or in the bottom of the tub or on the wall even, and I know that I don't have to touch it and it's not going to touch me, I will wash it down I won't even pick it off or anything. I will wash it all the way down the wall and into the drain before I even step into the shower. If I find one hair in my food and I pick it out, I still will not eat that full plate of food in front of me. I will.
Well, I wouldn't either.
Put it to the side. Some people call me crazy. I pick out one hair and they're like, "You're so like privileged or just whatever because I won't eat my food because I found one hair." Yeah, because I've lost my appetite. There's a hair in my food. Don't want it no more. You said 2.
Mm-hmm.
And that, of course, that's just in general. That's not specific, right? Okay. Is that a pet peeve? Progressive Christianity. It is a ridiculous statement. Progressive Christianity is the belief that not everything in the Bible is 100% true, and the belief that it is okay and not a sin to be anything but straight. I'm going to put it that way. Which I think is ridiculous. I don't know if that's a pet peeve. Is that a pet peeve? Or is that just something I don't like?
I mean, it could be your pet peeve.
Well, I guess just people like calling themselves Christians and then going in front of everybody and actively cursing a lot. And not just that, because I do that every once in a while. I'm trying to get away from that, and I'm doing a really good job of doing that. But it won't be to where it needs to be until I'm done with it. But, I mean, just the people that talk about everything that's against the Bible, and they say that they want to go preach the word and stuff like that, it just blows my mind. I guess that's a pet peeve.
Okay. When was your first kiss?
Ooh, I was 14. No. It might have been on my 13th birthday party. I don't know the year. 9 years ago, it was on my birthday party. Probably not my actual birthday, but my birthday party, and it was super like awkward just because I didn't know what I was doing. It wasn't necessarily awkward, like the situation wasn't awkward. Probably not the place of a typical first kiss. I mean, I was 13. Most people have had their first kisses by then. Me and my friends were playing video games and watching like TV shows and movies in my room, and we were in the bed, and she pulled the covers over, and that was turn our phone light on so we could see, and that was we kissed, and then for the rest of the night she stayed away from me. Yeah.
Well, I guess I answered the second part of the question. Was it good?
Well, apparently not for her.
Okay. Question number 10. If you could choose to do anything for a day, what would it be?
Huh. Just one day?
Yeah.
So it's got to be
just a day.
It's got to be realistic for what I can do.
Like, what would you do if you had a day to yourself?
Oh, if I had a day to myself?
Yeah.
So.
Or, you know.
Or just like literally, if there was anything that I could do.
If you could choose to do anything for a day.
Okay.
What would it be?
I would have to talk to Pastor Stephen Furtick. I would have
to. Okay. Question number 11. Has there been a point in your life so far where you thought you had it all?
No.
Very simple. What is your proudest accomplishment?
Being saved.
Number 13. What made you want to go into ministry?
Okay. So, this is a long story, alright? So, I told you earlier, when I was little, I wanted to be a Major League Baseball player. And
right.
That was the way it was all the way up until the 10th grade. So, the 10th grade, actually, no. It was probably like 8th or 9th grade when I started to want to be a lawyer. Because I liked arguing with people, and I liked school a lot. So, I want to be a lawyer. Plus, I heard that they made a lot of money sometimes. However, I got saved in the 9th grade, 2013, October. And I immediately started going to church a lot, every Sunday morning, every Sunday night, and every Wednesday. You know this. So, but eventually, if I'm being honest, so when you left, I strayed away from the church. Not like just living like I was before I was saved. I mean, I was, because I really didn't know what it meant to be a Christian yet. But I just stopped going. Just was doing other things like hanging out with friends and whatnot. And I was hanging out with the people that brought me to church for the first time, but we weren't going to church. And then one day, it'd been like maybe 3-4 weeks since we've been to church, either on a Sunday or a Wednesday night. And I told him, I said, look, man, I said, we got to get back. We got to start going back to church every Sunday and every Wednesday like we used to. Because it was so much, I mean, it made life a lot better. So, started going to church a lot. I started getting this really like strong feeling that that's where I belonged, was in church. And not just, normally I belong in a church, that's where I need to be, but like I should just always be there. And then people started asking me questions. I started going to showing up to the church early before service, and me and a couple of my friends would pray over the room before worship services, and we would start performing with the worship band, and like I use the word performing very lightly. One time, this is where it happens. At school, I think when you were going, it was called Boost, but they changed it to First Priority, where every Thursday morning before class started, they would have a 10-minute devotion. And sometimes they'd have food with Miss Hoagland and stuff like that. I think it was with like Jared or Blue's dad. I don't remember. But anyways, so teacher Miss Hoagland started hosting First 40 in her little classroom, little bitty classroom. We had like maybe 5 to 10 people, and one day I was asked. Usually it was teachers or leaders that would come and teach the word, but I was asked to do it. It was the first time I'd ever been asked to do something like that. Super nervous. I said, I don't know what will happen. So I did it, and it went great. I loved it. It was like natural, it just came naturally to me, being in front of those people and talking about the Bible or whatever it was that day. And I was like, okay, maybe. I said, I guess I'll try it again. Then I tried it again, and I knew that's got to be what it is. So I worked on that I think that was 10th grade when that happened. So like a year after I was saved, that's when I truly felt and learned of my calling. And then from there, I worked and worked and worked and worked and worked, trying to build it up. And by the time I was a senior, our very first First Priority as a senior, we were in the conference room, And we started out in ninth grade when I first started going with 10 people. In the conference room on my very first priority of senior year, I taught it. My pastor came down, my student pastor came down, and their wives, and we had 43 people in there. It was one of the biggest services we've had. One of the biggest services that I've ever taught. Services, 10-minute devotion. And it went really well. So that's what got me into it. I just felt my calling. I did it, and I loved it. People keep telling me over and over and over, they don't get money. They're not gonna make a whole lot, or people they're not gonna go anywhere, or whatever. People don't like pastors. I don't care about any of that. I don't. So.
Okay. So question number 14.
Mhm.
Who was your first crush
That's a hard one.
that you remembered?
One of two. Okay. Because I can't remember which crush came first. So I went to Wealthy for 6 years, and the way Wealthy worked was we didn't change classes. We stayed in one classroom all day, and the same teacher taught every subject, all the way up to sixth grade. So you were with the same set of people all 6 years.
Right.
So I'd known, obviously, there was only 12 people in my class. So being in the same class, same 12 people for 6 years, and there was this girl named Courtney, and she didn't like me back. I shot my shot plenty of times, but we were really, really, really close friends. So I guess I was friend zoned. Also, I was really short, and everybody was hollering at me, including her. And girls don't normally like guys that are shorter than them. So I'm taller than her now because I guess she just hit her limit a lot earlier than I did. I'm still not very tall, but I was just a really short little kid. Either her or there was this girl I think she was either in my brother's class or a little bit older than my brother. Casey Davis. You probably don't know him. Dustin Holland. His stepmoms, I guess. Maybe his mom's. Maybe it's his sister. I don't know. Her last name was Davis. Dustin's mom's last name was Davis. So I just assumed.
Okay, so we're at our halfway mark.
Okay.
Question 15.
Yay.
What made you decide to start streaming for video games and YouTube?
Ooh. I fell in love with Markiplier. After a really, really bad breakup, if I'm being completely open and honest here, first woman that I thought I loved was in 11th grade, so who knows, right? I messed up. We had been dating for 11 months, and at the time, that was my longest relationship. I messed up real bad. She left me. Her whole family stopped talking to me. So I started watching YouTube to fill the void, I guess. And Markiplier and his hilarious reactions and just awesome gameplay made me so happy. It just brought me out of my depression. So ever since then, that was 2015. That was 6 years. I've been watching Markiplier for like 7 years. Daily.
I guess we should give him a big thank you. Question number 16. How would your friends describe you?
Oh, it depends on who you ask. I would hope that they would say helpful and just an overall really good friend. And that I've always been there for them. Except I haven't always been there for them. There was a good 3-year gap when I was with this girl that took me away from everybody and everything. So during those 3 years, I was not. So maybe they wouldn't necessarily say that, but I don't know.
Okay. How did you feel when you first found out I had 2 kids?
Honestly, like I wasn't surprised, but at the same time, I didn't know before then. So I didn't mean it like that though. I wasn't surprised.
Well, how did you feel? What was your first initial feeling or thought?
I don't know. like it wasn't like, oh crap, now I gotta help take care of two kids. Like some people think like that. It wasn't like that. I wasn't afraid and I wasn't worried about it. I mean, I guess I really just didn't put a whole lot of thought into it. If we ever got the chance to have your kids back, then obviously I would help in any way I could. I mean, it would probably would help me be a better father. I don't have kids of my own, but I guess it would help me learn some things before I am.
Okay. Question number 18.
Yeah.
If you could share a meal with any 4 people, living or dead, who would they be?
Share a meal
with any 4 people, living or dead.
Ooh. This is difficult. Are you gonna be upset if I don't put you in any of these answers?
No.
Okay.
It could be anybody.
Okay, so it would be really cool. This is probably a cliche Christian answer. Um, People usually ask, "Who would you, if you had an hour to talk to anybody, living or dead? Who would you like? A dead person. If you had an hour to talk to any dead guy, or whatever, who would you pick?" People say Jesus, but Jesus isn't dead. Okay, that's the whole Christian belief. So I think it'd be really cool because obviously the Bible says Jesus is always with us, but it'd be really cool to have a meal with him there physically, like sitting there and see him, touch him, hear him, whatever. So him would be really cool. Um, this is a difficult answer. Can I do several? Can I do a couple different answers here, or am I specifically limited? Because I have.
I specifically limited to 4 people.
I know, but I've got a couple sets of 4.
Oh Lord.
Because I mean, it'd be cool to sit down with Jesus and Paul and Peter and John and
Okay, just people you.
Okay.
You know, like literally know.
Okay, it'd be really cool. I guess even though he's openly liberal now and supports Biden, The Rock, because he's pretty cool. And Kevin Hart, because they're a duo, man. You can't go without one without the other. Gotta have Pastor Stephen Furtick there. I mean, I can't leave him out. Oh. Well, this fourth one's a bit difficult. Just give me a second here. I'm trying. Maybe we could have that guy from YouTube that I told you I liked. Maybe we could have Markiplier
there. Okay. So that's 4 people. Alright, question number 19. How has becoming an adult changed you? And be unique.
How has becoming an adult changed me? Well, well, it's easier to let go of certain things, like people that if you try to have them in your life and they just basically just refuse. I can't say that because I'm still holding on to Chase. I'm still trying with him. I guess specifically significant others. I've learned that it's not worth, you know, wasting all that time and energy on someone that just doesn't want to be there with you or for you, whatever.
Well, that's a good answer. Okay. Okay, so question number 20. We are almost done. How has becoming roommates changed our relationship as boyfriend and girlfriend?
Well, that's a typical. Considering we were roommates when we got together. Well, hmm. I think. I mean, obviously, our uh, we're more connected. And that's kind of. I mean, that's an obvious thing. It's going to happen every time that you move in with anybody, especially your boyfriend or girlfriend or spouse or whatever. Physically and emotionally and even spiritually, if you work on that, if you don't just leave it there, you know. Um, I mean, I already know that you're really good at taking care of things around the house and motivating me in everything that I try to do. And now you know that I'm a lazy piece of trash.
No, you're not.
um, I think it allows us to spend a lot more quality time together than if we would if we weren't living together. Especially watching our TV shows and things like that.
Okay. So the next question is like a three-parter.
Okay.
And it's a simple question, or all of them are. When you go to sleep, socks or no socks?
No socks.
What is the perfect temperature?
Ooh. Somewhere between 69 and 72.
How many pillows?
One. My neck can't handle that.
Okay.
One in my arm.
Alright, question number 22. What is something you want to accomplish in the next 5 years?
In the next 5 years?
Yes.
Ooh. Just one thing? Remember earlier when I said I have a lot on my mind, I'm trying to plan a lot of things out? Okay, so just one thing? The next 5 years is...
I mean, it don't have to be one thing. Just what is something you're wanting to accomplish in the next 5 years?
Well, I'd like to be making... Well, that was part of my 1 year, but technically it is within the 5-year limit. I'd like to be making enough money off of Twitch to live off of. That way I have more time to devote to my ministry that I'm trying to start up called The Way Ministries. I recently found out that there are some other ministries out there called The Way Ministries, but since there are a couple of them, I don't think they have any like copyright or anything like that, so I think we're alright. And while doing so, be able to save up enough money to build my house. I'd like to have my house built on the land that my parents are giving me, and then be able to either be able to buy a piece of land closer to like town or whatever, and build a church building. That way I can have the Church of the Way, and then of course be lead pastor there. And I would try not to make any profit off of that. It depends on how much it costs to run the place. Yeah.
Okay, so question number 24. Or 23, my bad. Question 23.
Mm-hmm.
What is your favorite childhood memory?
Favorite childhood memory? Well, in middle school, I was a part of the Junior National Honor Society, which is a lot better than the National Honor Society of high school. The National Honor Society literally did nothing for 4 years, okay? It didn't do a sequel thing. Junior National Honor Society, I went to the McGuane Science Center in Birmingham, one of my favorite places to go. Haven't been there probably since then, but we went there, spent all day there, and then we spent the night in the place. Yeah, it was an overnight field trip, and it was like schools from all over the place, Junior National Honor Societies.
That's cool.
Yeah. So it was like we watched a movie in the IMAX theater, and we got to play around, and the section that my class, my group was assigned to sleep in was around the holographic globe that they had right outside the IMAX theater. And one kid named Ethan Prater drank 9 monsters
Oh my god.
and passed out. I think he like either had a huge crash or some sort of stroke. Passed out. I drank 1 monster with my friends, Alex Stevens and a couple of others, and I stayed up 48 hours. I stayed up all night that night at the McWayne Center. And then when I got home, I stayed up again. One guy, his name was Bo, he had a portable cot, like a portable hammock. It was like this tall, portable hammock that he slept in. It was pretty cool. That's one of my favorite ones.
Question number 24. How many kids do you see yourself having?
I would like at least 2. Obviously, I would like boys, but it's whatever God wants me to have, I guess. I would like to coach a baseball team and a basketball team, but
Alright, we're at our 25 mark. What, if anything at all, would you want to change about yourself?
discipline and self-control basically the same thing, right?
I don't think so.
Well, self-control and discipline, or my time management.
Okay. Question 26. If we're going for karaoke, what song are you singing?
Ooh. Victory in Jesus has got to be.
That's my nanny's favorite song. It really is. I sing that every time I go visit her grave.
It's the only one that I can confidently sing without having somebody with me.
Question 27. Do you ever wish you were not socially active like you are?
No. Sometimes I wish I was more socially active.
What is one thing that you will never do again?
Leave.
What do you mean?
Well, back in 2016 when I got with that certain someone, I left. I stopped talking to my friends, stopped talking to my family, stopped going to church. I moved, bought a house and moved to Anniston. And it took me 3 years to finally come back. And very thankfully, what initiated the coming back part was getting a job after Rahal, actually. After I left Rahal, I ended up getting a job at the company that my dad and my brother worked at. And then eventually transferred to the roofing section, which is where they worked, and I started spending a lot of time with them, which was definitely what started me, because I realized what I was missing, what I left, and how awful I felt whenever I was with her. So
Okay, so for question 29, I actually decided to change it because we're not that far into our relationship yet.
okay.
So for question 29,
Yep.
oh joy, it just, okay. Would you be comfortable with posting this video on your social media?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And question number 30, last but not least, what are your expectations of me?
Of you?
Of me.
I mean, you already far exceeded all of my expectations. You clean for me, clean up after me. You do my laundry. You motivate me in my Twitch, my YouTube, and my gym going. Really, I never really. When I say I don't expect a whole lot out of you, it doesn't mean that I don't think you're not capable. It just means that I'm not used to people taking care of me. So.
So you have no expectations.
Right.
Well, that was my 30 questions.
Awesome.
Awesome.